Welcome back to Edge Work, presented by FanDuel as part of the Hammer Betting Network. I'm Alex Moretto, joined here today by So Money, fresh off a nice night last night on the ice for us. Couple nice nights. We had Monday was good, Wednesday was all right to us. Last night was great. Let's just forget about Tuesday altogether. But yeah, a good night on the ice. We go 6-1 on our best bets. The only one that lost was the Blues, who played a great game and probably deserved a lot better there. That might not end their season, but that puts them in a big hole right now in the Western Conference playoff race. The Panthers get home, the under gets home in that game, and then the under and the Rangers get home in that game, and then the Sharks and the Kings. Not going to lie, I woke up to good news there. I went to bed around the end of the first period of those games. The Habs had those West Coast games on Tuesday and Wednesday that just crushed me. Last night I was like, I can't. I need to be in bed by like 11. So it was nice to wake up. It's so much better on the West Coast.
It's so much better being on the West Coast at night. It sucks in the mornings, but at night West is best.
Yes, I would concur with that as well. When I go visit my wife's family out in BC, it's like being able to like watch the game. Although I will say, for people that work like 9 to 5s, I know we're obviously a little bit different. But like that must suck to like NHL playoffs start at 4:00 and you're trying to you're at work, you're commuting during like the second period and third period, like you're missing a bunch too. So it kind of has, the ups. There's some positives and negatives to that, I guess.
Totally. Oh, I just noticed your shirt, man. That's awesome shirt.
Oh yeah, celebrating some spring training today. A lot of
love it.
Yeah. All right, we will get straight into tonight's games because we do have I do like quite a bit on tonight's card. We will get to that quickly. Before we do, I wanted to remind everyone, puckheads, that the NHL playoffs are right around the corner, and FanDuel is bringing you the best bets on the ice. Get in the lab when you make your same game parlay by checking out FanDuel's player performance pages that track stats and averages all of your favorite players. Once you know who's cooking, add shots on goal, points, or assists, or even goalie saves to your SGP. Miss puck drop, you can still tap in with live same game parlay and period specific player props. Right now, new customers can kick off the season with $150 in bonus bets. If your bet wins, just place any $5 bet and you'll get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download FanDuel Sportsbook and make every moment more. Please play responsibly. Must be 21 plus and present in select states, or 18 plus and present in DC, or 19 plus and physically located in Ontario. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable. Bonus bets expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-866-531-2600 or visit connexontario.ca. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit nbgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. All right, we will get straight into the games today, and we will start with maybe the game that I have the least amount of betting interest in the Wings and the Hurricanes. Wings plus 220, Canes minus 275, total of 5.5 on FanDuel, minus 142 to the over, plus 116 to the under. I will let you take this one here because personally I have no interest, side or total, on this game.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I wanted I show an edge on the Wings, but that's not surprising because I mentioned the other day I am coming in lower on Carolina, and I kind of I think I need more time with the Hurricanes because it's clear that I'm missing something with this team right now because they're playing well above where I have them, and I continue to get burned. I would expect Detroit to they had a good streak, they had a bad streak. I expect them to continue their string of playing well here. Probably get some results against Carolina. In Carolina, it's a little tough, so I will end up passing on this game. But again, Detroit's a team that I would expect them to start playing well again, and you want to start getting in front of that. But I just can't bring myself to do it against Carolina. It's a team that continually burns me because I keep coming in low on them. So I will sit this one out.
Yeah, I think I'm at a point now where I'm actually agreeing with Carolina's market rating a little bit more. I just think that getting that cloud of distraction, we've talked about it enough now, the rant and the distraction out is a very unique circumstance where I think a great player kind of made a team worse because the bad fit and the distraction his presence created. Wings have been better in the last couple of games, but this is just far too big a hill for them to climb, in my opinion. They've kind of been crushed in these games, haven't been able to assert themselves against these top teams. So yeah, I think Canes could win this 4-0 or 6-2. I mean, obviously the Wings could win this game, but like I just can't quite get there on them here, and I don't really have interest in stepping in front of Carolina, who I think are sort of rolling right now. So we don't need to spend any more time than we need to on that game. We will go over to the Oilers Islanders game, where the Oilers are minus 146 coming off that loss last night in New Jersey. Isles plus 122, total of 6.5, plus 104 to the over, minus 128 to the under. So Money, I know you had potentially a bet in this game, and maybe seeing the board move a little bit here. Where's your head at, and what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so like, full disclosure, personally, I bet the under in this game already, but I feel hesitant to give it out as a play because the market moved against me, and it's I'm sitting on a donkey number with the under here. So because that's, I mean, it doesn't happen that much, but when it does, I feel like I may be missing something here. So just because of the extent to which it moved on the over. So yeah, I'm stuck with the under. I have the under 6 at minus 110, but it's not something that I would recommend at this point until I've got more clarity about why this has moved so much. From my perspective, I don't. Pickard is fine. I don't see at this point, with the way that both goalies are playing, I don't see that significant of a drop off between Pickard and Skinner right now. So for Edmonton's goaltending, I don't have an issue. Yes, they're generating a lot more, and they are a little bit snake bit. So you would expect Edmonton to break out at some point here. But I think that gets mitigated a lot by the Sorokin factor, who's been playing outstanding for the most part. And the Isles have trouble generating offense as well. So, or not generating, converting on offense as well. So I will. I have the under, but I don't feel good about it. I'm stuck with the number, but it's not something I'm going to recommend at this point.
Yeah, as Jim Rummy said, it's got to take a stand versus the market sometimes. I think we've done that a number of times here on this show for sure as well, where I don't think the market has been, at least for sides, maybe a little bit less efficient this year. Totals, I don't know how much that's the case, but yeah, I would agree with that. I don't agree necessarily with the total here. I didn't bet the over. I didn't bet the under. I did definitely lean towards the over, though. I think it's the Calvin Pickard factor. He just hasn't been good. I know he's had a couple like higher ceiling games, but overall, he just hasn't quite been able to provide good goaltending. But like also like neither necessarily has Stuart Skinner. So I mean, it's not like it's been a huge drop off either. Oilers better a little bit defensively, struggling to kind of convert their chances, like you said. But like the Isles just kind of have been giving up so much. They just feel like a team that's a little bit disinterested, kind of playing pond hockey. So I can kind of see where maybe the over money came in, but also like at the point that it's gotten to now, I would never I have no interest in betting it over definitely here. I think with Sorokin, masking a lot of their defensive issues, that under would kind of be the look. And Islanders have struggled to convert their chances as well. They're not exactly scoring a lot of goals. They're maybe playing more high event hockey, but they're not exactly scoring. Does Pickard change that? And now they finally can get some goals. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, nothing for me in this game. I do have a bet in this next game that we'll get to, which should be a fantastic game here. The Stars taking on the Jets in Winnipeg. Jets minus 132, Stars plus 110, total of 5.5, minus 115 to the over, minus 105 to the under. I talked about Winnipeg probably wanting to manage Hellebuck's reps down the stretch. I thought the other night that we were on Comrie watch. We did not get Comrie. So that would, you'd think, okay, maybe now we're going to get Comrie because we didn't get him last game. I definitely wouldn't expect Comrie in this game. This is all of a sudden a very, very big game for for both of these teams, really, because, Dallas wins in regulation here. Suddenly they're just 6 points back of the Jets with 2 games in hand. And that is significant because the difference between playing Colorado or one of like Calgary, Vancouver, Utah in the first round is just absolutely massive. Just like, you can't, it's night and day, right? So the Jets need this one and really can put a stranglehold in the division if they get it. I do think they win this game. That being said, I'm not going to bet the Jets here because I was hoping for a better number. I think the price is kind of okay on side here. Stars are just kind of playing through something a little bit right now. Their plays dipped. They don't necessarily look themselves. That's kind of what happens when the right side of your defense is Ilya Lyubushkin, Cody Ceci, and Matt Dumba. It's not great. They'll get healthy. They'll be fine. But for now, this is just kind of a brutal matchup for them with how leaky they've been, which is also why I like an over here. Yeah, fantastic goaltending matchup. You have to be a bit of a sicko to bet an over 5.5 with these two guys in net, but I guess I am a sicko because I do like the over quite a bit in this game. Stars offense is still unreal. They can create and score against basically anyone. And for me, that includes Hellebuck and the Jets. So I do think they'll be able to get theirs here. Jets have also been a bit susceptible to giving up a lot more when they take on these top teams. Like we've seen in the Carolina games, the Colorado, Washington games, like they do give up a lot more 5-on-5. So I do think the Stars will get theirs here, but I don't see how they slow the Jets offense either. I think we'll see a ton of chances in this one. And with this many elite offensive players, hopefully those translate to goals despite the good goaltending matchup. So I do like over 5.5 here. There's minus 113. There's minus 115 widely available. All those are fine with me. I would play this up to minus 120. No questions asked. So that is where I am in this game. Where are you at with this one?
So I played the Stars. I played them. I like them down to plus 112. This is one of those games where if I'm confident in the way in where I have these two teams going, then the number is off. Simply put, I understand what you're saying about the right side of Dallas's defense, and it does look brutal. But I also feel that Dallas is navigating through it, and this play is just play. It's just based on the price here. I think that there's the way that Dallas is playing defensively, their injuries, it's all been accounted for and a little too much in the line, right? I don't think Dallas should be plus 115 on the road right now against Winnipeg, a team that I still feel that is kind of getting through things without playing up to their potential. Now, credit to them, they find ways to win, and they've been doing it all season. But I think that in this game, if I'm right and if I'm confident in the way these teams are going, then Dallas will win tonight.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think the number's a little bit inflated on Winnipeg. I think they win the game, but not necessarily to a point where I'd be close to betting it. So that's completely fair. I can understand why you're coming in on Dallas there. So we will track a Dallas bet and an over 5.5 bet in this game, making up for maybe the lack of activity in the last couple of games. We will move on to the next game here where we have the Avs taking on the Flames. Avs minus 220, Flames plus 180. Total of 5.5, minus 122 to the over, plus 100 to the under. And this is a game where I played the over 5.5 in the Winnipeg game. I'm going under 5.5 here in this game. Colorado's defense has been great. I think they're kind of viewed as this like high-powered, high-octane offensive juggernaut that's going to just outscore teams every night. That is not the way they play hockey. That is not the way they want to play hockey. Their offensive outburst was largely spurred on by that that just red hot power play that was scoring at just an insane rate, which has started to cool off a little bit. It's obviously still a great unit, but like they were relying very, very heavily on that. They've been playing great team defense. They're not generating a ton at 5-on-5. And this is obviously a Calgary team that wants to do everything they can to kind of suck the life out of games because they cannot generate offense and they cannot score goals right now. So their offense is in the gutter. Backlund out here, who, obviously doesn't score a ton, but he is a driver on that second line and just really hurts their depth up front. It's gonna be hard to see them scoring a ton of goals here. They're getting good goaltending on a nightly basis, which is important. I would expect Blackwood again here for the Avs. I think this is obviously the total is reflecting it as we've come down quite a bit on these Avs totals, but I still think there's some room to go in the right matchups. And this is definitely one of those matchups that I think we still have some room on these unders. So the under 5.5 for me, plus money, which is widely available. I'm good with that. So we can track, there's plus 105, plus 106. Any of those are good. I'd play this to plus 100. I think we see another tight game of 5-on-5. Hopefully not too many power play opportunities. and we should get there if that's the case. So where are you at with this one? Do you agree, or we've had a little bit of disagreement today, which is a little bit rare for us. So hopefully you don't come in here and tell me why I'm wrong.
No, this one I completely agree with. I think that that especially for the reasons that you mentioned, just slight concern. Has Wolf been been
No,
confirmed?
he has not. He has not.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm assuming Wolf plays. I think at this point it's fairly evident who the better goalie is, and you're in the thick of a playoff run. You go with your you run with your best guy here. So, yeah, I'll operate under the assumption that Wolf plays, and in that case, I do like the Thunder quite a bit. We know about Colorado. Calgary had a little bit of a looser game against the Canucks. But Wolf was outstanding in that game, and we know Colorado is going to play a more defensive style because at the end of the day that is who they are and how they want to play. So I do like this under. I will join you on it as well.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, hopefully we do get Wolf. Obviously, I would prefer him, but I will say Vladar hasn't been bad. Like he's been okay. They're still getting good goaltending. Like that game against Florida that he played a couple weeks ago is still ingrained in my head. The saves he was making. So if we can get that from him, then whatever. They can start whoever they want tonight. So we will track the under there, and we'll move on to Utah taking on Seattle in Seattle. Kraken plus 122, Utah minus 146, total of 5.5, minus 138 to the over, plus 112 to the under. How are you feeling about this one here?
I'm not feeling anything. I don't feel anything with Seattle games anymore.
It's dead inside.
Yeah. It's rough. Yeah. There's value on Seattle. If you just go by the numbers, there is value on Seattle. I think that Utah has been playing very well, but they are inflated here on the road. It's not something I can get behind though. So I don't enjoy Seattle games anymore.
Yeah, I don't enjoy Seattle games at all. Brandon Montour ripped my soul from my body on Wednesday night with that overtime goal. I also think that like with Seattle games, it's kind of tough to do anything with them without goalie confirmations. I have no idea how they're going to play this down the stretch with Decord and Grubauer. So until you know like who's going to be in net for them, I don't see any way you can bet these games unless you show an edge on an over with Decord, and then whatever, who cares who you're going to get at that point? It's only upside. But yeah, realistically, if you're not, then it's kind of hard to attack these any which way. I think Seattle's still an over team for me, especially if Grubauer's in net. But Utah's playing really good defense, and they're definitely an under team to me, despite the market kind of maybe disagreeing on that. So I have nothing in this game either. So we'll move on to the last game of the night, where the Preds taking on the Ducks. Nashville minus 150. The Ducks plus 125, total of 6.5, plus 104 to the over. Another big number being laid by these Preds on the road. We stepped in front of it the other night, came close, probably deserved a little bit better in that Sharks game. Are you stepping in front of the Preds again here and hoping for better with the Ducks, or are you just going to sit this one out?
I mean, how can I step in front of Nashville at this point? They're playing well. I thought that. Yeah, I thought that they would shut it down for the season. Kind of a veteran team now that didn't have a good year. Just get ready for next year. But they're still playing hard, and credit to them for doing so. And Anaheim goes up and down quite a bit now, which is what is to be expected of them at this point of the season. So I will ultimately pass on this game as well. So just those plays for me. I can't get involved in this game either.
I'll force it. I'm going to force it with the Ducks a little bit here. I still think this is just a flash in the pan from Nashville. The Ducks at home have been better as well. Yeah, I know Nashville's been playing better, but like. And I'm not saying the Ducks are good because this is still not a great Ducks team, but like San Jose, Chicago, Seattle, Boston with no one left, the Islanders, like their schedule's been a joke. This uptick, I still don't buy into it. I still think this is a pretty dead team. Ducks still do have something to play for. They've been good on home ice. They've been a lot better, at least on home ice, especially against these weaker teams. So I do think this should be lined a little bit tighter than it is. I don't know if more Nashville money is going to hit the market because, this team is obviously getting a lot of support. So I don't necessarily think you're in a rush to bet the Ducks right now. I think we do have some time to wait if you want to, but for the sake of the show, because we're on air right now, I guess we will just go ahead and lock it in. But this is one where I think you can be a little bit patient here. Nashville does get some support. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this take a little bit more towards the Preds before we buy in on Anaheim and maybe get like a plus 135-ish or something like that at one point. But for the sake of the show, we will go ahead and lock in that plus 128 right now. I still just can't get behind Nashville and these prices. I just can't do it. So we will do that.
Did some news come down here on the Oilers?
On the Oilers. The Isles are taking a ton of money. The only news tab I have that I've been able to keep an eye on right now is the MLB one for lineups that are coming through. I've not seen if there's any news on the Oilers though, but I think it's just a hard market fade of Calvin Pickard. Honestly, I think that's what the over and Islanders money is. That would be my guess at least. But like also that it was obviously known this morning. Yeah, that he was going to start. So the timing is weird, but the timing's been pretty weird all season. So I feel like it's slowed down a little bit with that lately, with like the weird market entry of some of this money. But I guess it shouldn't come as a huge surprise still either.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're gonna give me a mid 120 on the Oilers right now with Pickard, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. It looks like it was bought right back up though. It got to 127 now, I think back up to 133.
Yeah.
It didn't last long.
I don't think I'll get my 125 here.
I see a 127 here still.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I've already placed the order. If I get minus 125, then I'm in on it.
There is if you look offshore a little bit, there is, but yeah. All right, so something to monitor there. If you are keeping tabs on this price to see where it goes. We do have a hard out here in 5 minutes, so I do want to get any no goal parlay out because we did cash the no goal again yesterday. So let's go ahead and give out another no goal parlay here. We have Alex DeBrincat, Jaden Schwartz, and Yegor Sharangovich. That is tonight's no goal parlay plus 105. Yeah, I think this one's a little bit self-explanatory here. Schwartz has been struggling to put the puck on the net. Sharangovich just lost his center in Frost, who's going to go up to the second line now to replace Backlund. That third line is going to take a significant hit. And talked about the Wings struggling here in this matchup tonight. So that's tonight's no goal parlay. Because of the fact that we have a hard out, I don't know if we have time to. We can get a quick anytime goal parlay. We still have 4 minutes. Okay. We have a lot of suggestions today too, so it would be pretty bad to not get one in here. Stankoven. You do have we have an over and a oh no, we don't have an over. Sorry, I'm taking Dallas. Yeah, Carolina. But yeah, I'm down for Stankoven there. That's fine. We can do that. Let's add Stankoven in there. We have Raymond, which we won't include after Rob tracked that the other night. We're not going to get two from the same game here, so we'll leave that one out. Hyman or Tsiplikov. We have Hyman and Tsiplikov from that same game. I think I would prefer a Hyman.
Yeah, especially if I'll prefer Hyman here.
Okay, so we'll throw Hyman in there as well. I don't see a Hyman price though up right now on FanDuel actually. Maybe it's just my on screen. I'm not. Let me throw FanDuel up here and see if we have one. Oh yeah, we got one. Okay, we're good. Let's see. We got Kyle Connor. You got I have an over there, but you do have the Stars, so I can see if you want to.
Well, it's okay. It's okay if Jets score 1 goal. It's fine.
Okay. All right. We'll take one Jets goal well, let's take like two, maybe like a 5-2 win or something like that. I don't want to sweat it out too much for an empty netter. All right. So let's throw Kyle Connor in there as well. All right. There we go. My screen's working again. Plus 135, it looks like on FanDuel. FanDuel lean towards Kyle Connor tonight. You can get plus 150 elsewhere. And then we have Mikko, but we just included Kyle Connor from that game, so we will refrain from Mikko. We have Blake Coleman. I don't love that. He just lost his center as well. Backlund was centering that line. I'm gonna veto that one. Nichushkin. I mean, I feel like we have Nichushkin in there every single night.
He's our boy on the show.
He is. It's very rare that we have an anytime goal parlay on a night the Avs are playing. We don't have Nichushkin in it. But we do have some other suggestions, so let's hold off on that one. Josh Doan.
Yeah.
I'm down for Josh Doan. 460. Next best prices are like 340, 300. Sure. I'm down.
Yeah,
let's make that the fourth one for tonight. Oh, Kay. I like that suggestion from Kay, but we got 4 now. I'm such a sucker for Lehkonen. Here we go. Logan Stankoven, Zach Hyman, Kyle Connor, Josh Doan. 125-1. That is tonight's anytime goal parlay. The no goal parlay again quickly was Alex DeBrincat, Jaden Schwartz, and Yegor Sharangovich. And the best bets for tonight before we get out of here, just to recap, were the Stars plus 114, Stars Jets over 5.5 minus 113, Avs Flames under 5.5 plus 106. I guess we tracked it twice here in terms of the total, so we'll get that taken care of. So it'll just be the under 5.5 plus 106, and then Ducks plus 128. So the 4 best bets for tonight. That'll do it for us. Everyone, if you guys can, as Kay said earlier, please hit the thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds if you're watching this right now to just hit the thumbs up. Hit subscribe. Any of that sort of stuff does help us. Leave a comment, rate, review, podcast, all that sort of stuff. It really does help us continue to do the show. Keeps us sustainable here. So we would appreciate any help you can give us in that regard. We will be back on Monday for another episode of Edgework with myself and So Money at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, enjoy the games tonight. Enjoy the games this weekend. And good luck on your bets.